Professor Wergeles here. Make sure you save this file and upload to the server. We're going to go into uploadhandler.php. Now, in this example, we're going to make a complete application. We've seen a similar example in the UpSite when we're uploading just a single file. You'll see here I'm requiring upload.php. There's been a few modifications to upload.php, so let's open this up and go over them. So you see I still have my exceptions, and I still have the file input name, type, size, original file extension. However, you'll see in the constructor, I'm pulling the type, name, temp name, size, but you'll see a new function added. The purpose of this function is to reorder the contents of the file's super global array. So I'm going to reorder them. If it's empty, I'm going to throw an exception. Otherwise, I'm going to create an array. I'm going to grab all the information from the file's super global array. If the info is set, I'm going to pull the name, type, temp name, size, and error. And as long as the type is not equal to an array, I'm going to store that to the first index. So I'm going to check to see if there was only one file uploaded. If there was only one file uploaded, we're going to store it to the first element. If there's more than one file uploaded, I'm going to get the number of them. I'm going to loop through, so I'm going to have a for loop. I'm going to create an array for each file, grab the contents, and put that to my array, store that to my array. And I'm going to return the array of files. So I'm going to loop through, grab all the information, and then store that to my array. So I'm going to return that value, and we're going to call that once we run the function. So I'm going to come back to our upload handler. That's the one thing that's changed. You'll see I have a target directory, and here I'm calling that new function. So we're calling a static function to reorder the contents of the file array. I'm going to go through all of the arrays, grab the name, type, size, and store that to the object. So one thing to note, static methods allow us to call methods without an object instance. So I don't need to create an instance of it. I can use the class and call that method directly, which is what you'll see here. I'm calling a static method. I did not need to create an instance of the class. You'll see a scope resolution operator allows us to call the static method. So as soon as I see the double colon here, I know this is a static method. I also know it's a static method because I didn't need to create an instance of the class. I call the class name directly to access the method. Now in 3330 object-oriented programming, we go over this concept a lot more. For this class, just know what a class is, how to create an instance of a class, what a static method is, just some common definitions. Now, this is a little bit different. In the original code, we did a try, and we are just trying to upload one file at a time. In this example, we actually need to loop through all the files. So I'm going to have a variable called n. It's set equal to 0 on the first iteration. I'm going to have a for each here. I'm going to go through all the files, and I'm going to label them as a file. Okay, I'll do the opening bracket for the for each. If you scroll down, I've actually added the close bracket for you. I'm going to loop through all the files. You'll see files is right here. After I reorder the files array, it's going to return the array here. I'm going to loop through that array, and I'm going to go through each individual file. Now, instead of hard coding the name here, I'm going to call the upload constructor with each individual file. Now I'm going to grab the original name, extension size, and the type. I'm going to print that out. I'm going to see if there's a directory. If not, try to make it. And then I need to call the move file function, which I'm doing here. So I make the target directory with the keyword file with the n variable, and then add the file extension. If it's an image, I'm going to print out an image tag. And we need to increment this variable n. So I'm going to do that at the beginning. So let's do an n plus plus, which is an increment by 1. So the first file will have the number 1. and then 2, 3, 4, depending on how many files we upload. Now, we're going to see if this works. We need to make sure there's no errors in the code, and we need to make sure we understand this code. We're going to run this file and make some modifications in the next video. So stick with Professor Wergeles, and we're going to run this file in the next video.